Today we play Pokemon Shield as Red, which voted pretty highly alongside with N. If you haven't checked the video out, make sure you do. You may be saying, obviously Red is going to beat the champion, but with no Dynamax, no held items like Pikachu's Light Ball, matching team sizes as the gyms, and me being the complete noob I am, this is going to be interesting. Lastly, we're aiming for 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you are that 97% who aren't subscribed, then hit that button and slap the bell. With that said, let's get gaming. As soon as we launch the game, we already have our first problem. Red doesn't own a Galarian starter. I'm saying it like you don't know. It's Red. Yes, Leon, I was the Kanto's champion and the most challenging trainer. I know how to catch. Pressing on without a Pokemon, we decided to take down Hop's team by none other than myself. We sent Wooloo back to the pens, but his monkey pokes his branch in my eye. So now I need glasses. Anyways, the professor is very kind enough to give us a Pokédex and build some wishing stars. Yeah, I don't know how we can see stars at this time of day. With that said, we're off to hunt for our first two members. Pikachu is a very easy encounter. I have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, so we could pretty much steal it from this trainer here. And boom, we have our mouse. Although, you're a lot skinnier than I remember. Charmander is a different story. We can head over to Hammerlock Hills, and by tricking the in-game clock with a purple beam, we can get a Charmander. With this, I call them Remy and Rapzilla, because his tail is fire. With that terrible pun out of the way, we make our way towards Motorstoke, signing up and checking in at the local hotel. And seeing as Leon has already chosen one, I put 01 instead. We are the original after all. Oh, crikey, this is not for Red's taste. You know what? That's spot on. And of all the challenges I've done, this looks exactly like Red. Now, let us start our gym challenge. Hey mate, I gotta see if you're worthy. Bro, I've been a trainer since 96, of course I'm gonna be worthy. So, it's free against my little mouse, paralyzing and spamming quick attack until they all fall. Rapzilla is too high leveled, so he will sit on the back bench until we arrive in Turffield. But we need to do a couple of things to get out the way. First of all, the DLC. We arrive at the Crown Tundra and say we will go and help Peony in his search for legendaries. And his daughter. All I really wanted was to simply nick his bag. A lot of you will be asking why I won't be going to the Isle of Armor, and this is the reason. We can't turn off this EXP charm, and this almost completely ruined Sonia's run. So, to prevent this from happening, I caught Bulbasaur and Squirtle on Let's Go Pikachu. I knew this game would come in handy. I called them Bulbafett and Crush. With our team of 3, we proceed into the Galar mines where we encounter a trainer who is all for talk and no show. A Nuzzle and Electro Ball strategy taking out Solosis and Gothita. We paralyze Hatena, but we can't pull through Confusion and we go down. Bulbafett finishes the job with a simple Razor Leaf. After embarrassing Bead, Bulbafett and Crush evolve to Ivysaur and Wartortle. Whilst do some level grinding on Route 4, there is one more Pokemon I would like to add, and that would be Eevee. Whoa, hey, hold on! Red doesn't have an Eevee. You're right, he doesn't. He has an evolution in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, Espeon, and I will use an evolution if I can. With this, I called her and named her Athena. It's the goddess of wisdom in Greek mythology, and I'm sure Espeon's IQ fits this respectively. With all the possible encounters caught, we set forward to the Stop! After getting run over by Milo's Wooloo, 6 weeks later, we return from the hospital for my badge and my revenge. Along the way, I become a chunky squirrel, which I get more love for than being an ultimate trainer. It's so depressing, but Rapzilla evolved into Charmeleon, so all is well. I'm so sorry, Red, it won't happen again. You know why they call me Red, right? Okay, fine, you win your badge. But that was easier than I thought. So it's onwards and upwards to Route 5. I use Athena for the most part, as I want to get its friendship level up as quick as I can, having a ruckus with Team Yell and against our rival, Hop. Although I'm pretty sure you're nowhere near as tough as my other rivals. Regardless, we head into Hulbury and hunt for the gym leader. Oh my god, you're so famous. Can I have your number? Do you ever talk? No. because we're cool like that. For this gym, I take Remy, Bulbafett, and Athena. This was going to be a rather quick and simple battle. Remy sparking Goldeen up twice, and Arrokuda... well, I don't know why I did that. So Athena finished it off with Quick Attack. That was so stupid. Praying we can still win this, I managed to hit a Tail Whip, reducing its defense and a Quick Attack to make use of a second turn. We feint, but Bulbafett's C-Bomb is 4 times strong against Dreadnought, taking it out. But we get intruded as soon as we exit with our second badge. You must eat seafood! But I don't like fish. Eat the Magikarp! I don't feel comfortable eating in a restaurant with a stranger, but... oh well. Alright mates, Gabu's in the East Mines. We need to find him. No one understands some personal space. I might just cry in a corner. I'm used to being on my own in the mountains. Regardless, we press on, only to find Bede is showing off with his bouncy ball and wizard hat. So we take care of Bede swiftly by sending Crush to bite away. Once he was defeated, a little further into the mines and we got ganged up by Team Yell. Thankfully, Hop came to the rescue. Crush and Corvusquire chasing away the grunts. All for just a little carcole trying to work in the mines. Honestly, I can see why us Brits are so selfish. But hey, at least I can return to the hotel ready for a gym battle. I know it's 1 in the morning, but is it possible to... no! Well, seeing as Morpeko is a vicious rat, battling them calmed it down, and after a short battle later, I can get some peace and some quiet. A lot of people apparently can't win the gym mission, but the fire mission isn't what I was worried about. It's Kabu. Yes, I know I have pretty much all the Kanto starters, but still, this one I considered rather difficult. Athena evolved to Espeon with the power of playing Chase the Feather and eating curries. It knows it cannot let me down, so I bring her on board as well as Remy and Crush. Here's how it went. I'll be with this game. Okay, for some reason, I lost a lot of footage here, and I'm sorry. But to catch you up, we caught a Munchlax and the Motorstoke riverbank called Cadbury's, and do some Watt and EXP candy farming ready for the next leg of the gym challenge. We're now just outside of Hammerlock, pinned up against some miserable chavs, treating the snake like a doll. You know it's a viper and not a silly cobra. They're poisonous. Yeah, they just walked away from that one. What is it with strangers picking on Pokemon trainers who are like 11? Actually, Red is nearly 40. Damn. Okay, fair enough. We press up along the mountains, defeating each and every trainer along the way, and having to stop every 5 minutes to feed this little guy. He's happy at least. Eventually, we get to the top, and Bulbafett and Cadbury's evolve to Venusaur and Snorlax. What's wrong, mate? You failed? That's alright. Let's have a battle so you can lose some more. Yeah, I think Red is overpowered at this point. With this in mind, Remy, Athena, Rapzilla, and Crush become Ghostbusters. While I do this minigame, now is your chance to head down below in the description and join the Discord server. If you are looking to trade, battle, or simply get involved in the community, here is your safe haven. Alright, let's battle. First was Yamask, and I set the rain up with Crush. It disables it, so we strike with a water pulse. It gets confused, but it fights it off. A second one takes it out. Dead Pikachu is up next, and we take down the Disguise. We can reset the rain once again, and the Torrent Water Pulse is again just too shy to take it out. One Shadow Sneak finishes off Crush. One Alive Mouse comes out and sparks it to the dust. We nuzzle Cursula, which does two things. One, activate weak armor and paralyze, meaning we can still outspeed. A spark gets it down to a third, but its curse kills it off. Gengar is last and Gigantamaxes, so we hit the nuzzle to paralyze and support the others. We hold on after Max Darkness, but curse is just too much. Rapzilla comes out and Firefang gets it down to half, but we go down after G-Max Terror. However, I can now send out Athena safely and knock it down with a Psybeam. With that, the Ghost Badge is ours, and we quickly made haste for Ballon Lee. Or not. Bede was in the middle of criminal damage, and Athena, being the goddess she is, sends him to the dungeons of Hammerlock. Shadow Ball in Duosion, Hattrem, Gothorita, and Ponyta. Not so smug now, are ya? With no time to waste, we arrive at the Magic Forest, and this gym we need to take part in auditions. Boba Fett's poison typing will be an advantage alongside Athena's special attack. Capri's is tanky, so at least we can do some damage there. And Remy is just Remy. We press onto the auditions, getting the questions wrong because, well, Red can't talk. Somehow we pass the auditions and get to challenge the wizard herself, Opal. She starts with a Galarian wheezing, so I counter with Athena's Psybeam, taking it out without breaking a sweat. Marwile shows up and I switch to Cadbury's. Stop asking questions, I can't speak! While Marwile maximizes her defense, we make good use of Bulldozer's speed stat drop, eventually taking it down. Togekiss is next and we stay in the field. We get hit with an Air Slash, but Heavy Slam knocks it out. Alcremie is last and I want to stall now, so after getting put in the red, we sleep. We also know Sleep Talk, so we can also hit. Or not. Mate, it's a cake! After that awkward moment, we wake up and one more Heavy Slam wins us the match. This is going really smoothly. We walk back towards Hammerlock, and for once, I finally get to relax. And laugh at this geezer and... oh crikey! I expected better from you! Go for someone your age! After a swift kidnap, we were on course for Sirchester, but Hop wants another fight. Well, let's keep this one nice and easy. With a cheeky little sweep and Rapzilla and Crush evolving to Charizard and Blastoise, we're pretty much set for the rest of the run. So we press on, into the trenches of Route 8 and into Sirchester. No time to see the sights, I am getting that badge. It's almost like Red is a natural, passing the gym mission without any problems and no broken bones. Or maybe it's because I've beaten Sword and Shield about 10 bloody times in 3 months. Regardless, our next opponent is Melanie, with a bunch of ice types, so this should be a breeze. Okay, I need to stop with these cheesy puns. Frostmoth is up and out cold in 1, with a hot flame and bite. Up next is Darmanitan, and I go for Flamethrower. We're just too shy of knocking it out, and it triggers Zen mode. We tank an Icicle Crush, and another Flamethrower melts the monster. Ice Cube was an easy 2-hit KO with Flamethrower, which leaves none other than her Loch Ness monster. You know, instead of battling, could you give it to me? I guess not. Rapzilla falls and I send out Remy for a Thunderbolt. I thought it was 4 times weak to electric moves, but I was wrong and I fall. Athena comes out and we tank the G-Max Resonance. I was stalling while chipping for one reason. When Lapras takes us out with Surf, I bring out Crush, who happens to know Brick Break. With this, I can take down the Aurora Veil after a Shell Smash, and she finally gives in defeat, winning us our 6th badge. Sonia comes to greet and treat us to warm chicken tikka masala, and Hot wants to get embarrassed, once again. Once this is taken care of, we're off to Spikemuth for our 7th badge. Well, once I've defeated these grunts, who are pestering about a Dreadnought to some scientist and how he can swim, when I'm pretty sure his last kebab meal could break its shell. We take care of the grunts, and now our bike can float on water. Now, speaking of Lapras, this is the only spot to find a Lapras. It's got a 1% fishing encounter rate, at this very spot, and after about 3 hours, I gave up. I have deadlines and I'm not the one for being patient. So, we'll catch this in the wild area. Besides, it makes this and the next gym a little bit harder. With this in mind, I'm ready to challenge Marnie to gain entrance to Spikemuth, seeing Team Yell selfishly shut the place down. I send out Remy against Liepard and set up a light screen. This is probably a bad idea seeing a cat is against a mouse. But with a mixture of Nuzzle, Quick Attack and Thunderbolt, the mouse is victorious. Until Jiu-Jitsu Frog comes to play, which quickly takes us out with Poison Jab. Thankfully, Athena tanks a Sucker Punch and retaliates with Psychic. Finally, Morpeko is up and a Dazzling Gleam is a 1-hit KO. Now we can finally gain access to the Dark-type gym. I keep Crush, Athena, Cadbury's and Rapzilla. We power through each and every grunt, embarrassing them along the way, before taking on the metal artist himself, Piers. He starts with Scrafty, where Athena OHKOs with a Dazzling Gleam. However, after another Dazzling Gleam, his Malamar retaliates with a super effective payback. Luckily, Rapzilla makes it quick and easy with a flamethrower. Obsidian comes out and I switch for Air Slash for the flinch, but no luck. His Obstruct drives me mad too. We miss another Air Slash, which brings us down to the red. A Blaze Flamethrower hits hard, but it's not enough, meaning we go down. Crush is up next and we set with Shell Smash whilst he blocks, following a lethal Brick Break which takes it out. His Skuntank remains. Predicting Sucker Punch, I go for Protect, but it tries to Screech. We Shell Smash one more time and I see the Sucker Punch. But we get cocky with setting and it eventually takes us out. Cadbury's tanks another punch before running him down with high horsepower. And with that, we have our Dark Badge. It feels like I've been running a marathon. Hey, you beat Piers! You need to check this! Honestly, I'm good. With the public insisting, we go to check it out. But thankfully, Leon has our backs, so we can continue with our gym challenge. This one is against Raihan, featuring the Harry Potter cast, Harry, Ron, and Hermione in a form of double battles. Athena and Crush will be my hard hitters, whereas Cadbury's and Bulba Fett are my supports. Honestly, this could not have been any more simple. I let Bulba Fett use Sleep Powder and Leech Seed, whereas Athena sweeps with Dazzling Gleam. This strategy worked in my favour and used Evanesco to make them disappear. We eventually take on the Master of Storms and Dragons. Same trick as before, though Bulba Fett takes down Gigalith with Energy Ball, and 2 Dazzling Gleams takes down Flygon, though she's barely holding on, until the Sandstorm finishes her. I send out Cadbury's for the bulk. We're able to tank a super effective Max Knuckle against Duraludon, take down Sandaconda with Energy Ball, and our critical hit high horsepower hits hard. We go down after a second Max Knuckle, but this gives Bulba Fett the clear to put it to sleep. Now Crush can come out and the pair can safely chip away until the house explodes. Unsurprisingly, we now have all 8 gym badges, and it's looking to be a really quick and easy challenge. So it's onwards to Winden to compete in the semi-finals. This route reminds me back on Mount... Ah! Yes, homeless man! Help me! With the help of Steve, we escape the bear and at last arrive in Winden. We sign up for the semi-finals and up first was Marnie. For some reason, I found this one a lot more challenging than the last. The two play Tom and Jerry until eventually the cat catches the mouse. I send out Crush to retaliate with Brick Break, saving Remy. Morpeko is next and I switch to Cadbury's, tanking Spark. Sadly though, Torment and missing means fake Pikachu gives us a rough time. We have to rest, and Sleep Talk does help the first time, but Torment really is hurting here. We wait until we wake up, and we can finally put Morpeko to rest with high horsepower. Scrafty makes an appearance and quickly finishes our bear, but Rapzilla sends Scrafty away with 2 air slashes. The same to Toxic Croak occurs, but we get badly poisoned along the way. Her ace Grimmsnarl Gigantamaxes, and we fail the air slash flinch, allowing the Goblin to finish us off with Max Ooze. I bring out Bulba Fett, and thankfully 2 Venishocks secures us the first round. Hop on the other hand was a lot easier to battle. Athena deals the double out with Psychic and another Psychic on Snorlax before it paralyzes. I go for Swift to get it low, but not enough to trigger the full restore, and it takes us out. One more Brick Break from Crush and the bear falls. Pinch Urchin comes out and I make the most of a move with Hydro Pump, but Hop goes for the Curse instead, meaning we take it down with another Hydro Pump. Corbinite is up and predicting Scary Face, I go for a Shell Smash. It heals, but one more Shell Smash and Hydro Pump take the bird down. Knowing Crush can't do anymore, we sacrifice to waste Hop's Dynamax turn. I send out Bulba Fett and Venoshock takes the monkey out in 3, 2, 1, and we win the semi-finals. Leon offers us dinner, but several hours of not showing up and my friend starts to get angry. He's in a meeting with Rose. Oh, what a horrible big brother. Hey, what's gone into you? Alright lads, you want to make a noise? Yeah! So now that we've formed probably the worst band in Galar, we are on a quest to kidnap Leon. We chase Eric around the block for the key, and in no time at all, Hop, Cadbury's and I were on the tower lift, taking down the company. Man, I wish I had elevator music like this. Eventually, we arrived at the top and Oleana wants our head. But we say no and we fight. We hit a Shadow Ball on her Frostlass, but she reduces our speed with Icy Wind. I was expecting a big hit, so I switched to Rapzilla, but all she does is double team, so a Flamethrower takes it out. Next up is Milotic, so I switched to Bulbafett and 2 Energy Balls finish the fish. She sends out Salazzle and I switch back to Rapzilla and we manage to hit a Rock Slide, but 1 HP and being outsped doesn't help, so it takes down with Venoshock. Caprice takes Revenge with High Horsepower on the other hand. Serena is next and I go for Heavy Slam, but 2 of them isn't enough and we fall with Honor. Remy hangs in there after a Trop Kick, but a Thunderbolt puts the fruit to rest. All that remains is the garbage, which takes us out with a Max Quake. Athena comes back out and a Sidekick dents, but it's bulky and a second one just isn't enough, so we go down. But an Ice Punch later and Oleana becomes the lost puppy she is. Hey, that's my brother! Give him back! Damn, alright. This is it, the champion finals. But Bede, being the inconsiderable spoon he is insisting to battle me one last time. So we take him on. With that out the way, it's time for the championship. Our first opponent is Nessa, so Rapzilla is on the bench for this one. Golisopod is first and I send out Crush. She hits the first impressions as we set for a better attack. I try for Hydro Pump, but we miss, and she sets the Swords Dance. A second one hits, but we fall to a Shadow Claw, and already I was worried. Remy comes out to outspeed with Thunderbolt. It's barely standing and emergency exits out to Barraskewda, so I switch to Athena. But we can't get a hit and Throat Chop finishes our cat. It wasn't going well. I go for Bulbafett, but it flinches us. It misses an Ice Fang, which saves the run and Energy Ball takes it out. I safely switch back to Remy after putting it to sleep, and Thunderbolt knocks it out. We manage to get 2 Thunderbolts on Seeking and we're barely hanging on after Waterfall. Static kicks in, so 1 more finishes the fish. Golisopod comes back out and takes us down with first impressions. But Cabriz slams it to the ground. Her Dreadnought can now Gigantamax and I hit a super effective High Horsepower, though we can't live a second turn. Bulbafett is left and thankfully 1 Energy Ball is enough to take it down. We got very unlucky with that match. Next is Alistair and Bulbafett subs out. Cabriz is up first against Dusknoir, switching between High Horsepower and Heavy Slam. We get paralyzed, but we thankfully take it out. Chandelure is up next and we get a High Horsepower in, but Paralysis kicks in and gives the Candlelight an opportunity to knock us down. Crush retaliates with a Hydro Pump, but we get the Will-O-Wisp burn. Poltergeist is up and predicting Protect, I set up a Shell Smash before hitting hard with another Hydro Pump. Again, it's too short, but 1 Ice Punch takes it out. Cursler is next, and I miss a Hydro Pump, which is what I really needed. Rapzilla comes out and Flamethrower chips, but Ancient Power kills. Athena comes to the rescue with a Shadow Ball. We get hurt pretty badly with Hex, but the second ball is enough for Cursler to rest its spirit. Lastly is Gengar, and thankfully we outspeed, so 1 Sidekick does enormous damage. However, Max Darkness finishes us off, so it's all up to our little mouse, and thankfully we get the Thunderbolt Paralysis. Disabling Thunderbolt, I go for my only move, and it thankfully connects. Last up was Raihan, and this was surprisingly very easy. Torkoal is up first and hits a Yawn, so 2 High Horsepowers knock it out. Turtonator is next, so we sleep while it sets up Shell Trap and the Harsh Sun to fade. Once we're awake, a High Horsepower takes it down. Goodra comes out and sets the rain, so I take the opportunity to attack with 2 Heavy Slams, bringing it in the red. He wastes a full restore and we hit another 3 to take it down. Flygon finally finishes us off with Crunch. Athena comes out and hits hard with Dazzling Gleam, but a Revenge Crunch hits hard too. We finish it off with another Dazzling Gleam, ready for Duraludon. We manage to hit a Shadow Ball before falling to G-Max depletion. I then send out Bulbafett to store with Sleep Powder and a Leech Seed, but we couldn't connect. We chip away with Energy Ball before finally going down to Iron Head. Rapzilla comes out and finishes the not-so-dragon with a flamethrower. And with that, we have won the finals. Ho, Leon, I am ready. Wait, what's that on the screen? What is it? Unfortunately, the battle was cancelled as Rose was up to no good. He insists on saving the region by releasing the Darkest Day, which in turn kills our match and could potentially kill me. So Hop and I set on the quest to hunt for the Sword and Shield Pokemon. We see illusions, but all remains are rust. Nevertheless, we take them and rush back to the castle to seal the deal with the chairman. This was a nice easy sweep, thankfully, with Rapzilla, using the flamethrower before his Copperager Gigantamaxes and Steel Surges our dragon. Once again, I stall before finally letting Remy off the leash and a Thunderbolt knocks it out. We have to move quickly, however, as we need to stop Eternatus. With the help of Hop, Zacian and Zamazenta, peace was restored to the region with a simple Pokeball. Although I don't really want it. A few days later and we're re-energized, ready for the championship match. But first of all, we can now finally catch our beloved traveling monster. Now it is the level cap. I'm sorry I didn't catch it on Route 9, but I want to bring out more challenges. So we'll just get this one, who I called Nessie. It's a reference to the Loch Ness Monster. This means we do have to say goodbye to Athena, as this is the team everyone loves. I start with Cadbury's and we tank a super effective Sacred Sword from Aegislash. One crunch later takes it down. Haxorus is next and I attempt to rest, but being slow and fat, we fall to an outrage. Nessie has a one and only debut, almost taking the dragon out with an Ice Beam. We freeze it, but it falls out with a Fall Restore. One more takes it out. Dragapult is next, and we hold on after a super effective Thunderbolt. Another Ice Beam, freezing the dragon. We can safely take it out, although Mr. Rhyme finishes us off with Freeze Dry. I send out Rapzilla and go for Rock Slide. We get the 10% flinch, and a Fire Blast knocks it out. Inteleon is out next, and we run away scared, leaving Bulbafett behind. It goes for Tearful Look, which doesn't help, but we manage to get it to sleep and hit a Leaf Storm. It's barely hanging on, so I go for Sludge Bomb, finishing the Lizard. Finally, Leon's Charizard is up and takes down my Frog with G-Max Wildfire, and Blastoise with 2 Max Overgrowths. However, the Dynamax turns it over, meaning it's Remy's time to shine. We tank a Fire Blast and Remy hits with Thunderbolt, and it's over! Red has beaten Leon and become champion of the Galar region. Ladies and gentlemen, are you really surprised it's Red? Regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ding on the notification bell. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone requesting, and I will be doing more soon. Until then, take it easy. Bye-bye.